there, bird lovers and curious minds. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something absolutely fascinating, talking birds. As someone who's lived with chatty feathered friends for over 15 years, I can tell you there's nothing quite like hearing a good morning from your bird before you've had your coffee. And trust me, some days they're more coherent than I am before that first cup. Let's spread our wings and explore the amazing world of birds that can talk. First up, the undisputed champion of avian vocabulary, the African gray parrots. These incredible birds aren't just talented mimics. They're basically the Einstein of the bird world. With a potential vocabulary of up to 1,000 words, they can not only copy what you say, but actually understand and use words in contexts. African grays have the intelligence of a 5-year-old child and can even grasp basic math concepts. They've been known to identify colors, shapes, and numbers. The famous African gray, Alex, worked with Dr. Irene Pepperberg and showed he could understand the concept of 0, something even some humans struggle with. Moving on to our next chatty friend, the Amazon parrot family. These green beauties, especially the yellow-naped and double yellow-headed Amazons, are known for their crystal clear speech and amazing singing abilities. And when I say singing, I mean full-on opera. My neighbor's Amazon knows the entire chorus of Sweet Caroline, and trust me, nothing prepares you for a parrot belting out, ba ba. But yeah, that's definitely not what was happening. One thing to note about Amazons, they're morning birds, which means they're most vocal at sunrise. So if you're not a morning person, maybe consider a different species or really good earplugs. Before we continue, a like to this video is much appreciated. Now let's talk about the crowd favorite, Budgies, or Budgies, as we lovingly call them. Don't let their tiny size fool you. These little chatterboxes can learn hundreds of words. In fact, the world record holder for the largest vocabulary was a budgie named Puck, who knew 1728 words. That's more than some people use in a week. While their voices are smaller and higher pitched than larger parrots, they're incredibly dedicated learners. Plus, they're like the pocket-sized version of a talking parrot, perfect for apartment living. Now, here comes the rock star of the parrot world, the cockatoo. These powder puff personalities with their amazing mohawks aren't typically the clearest speakers, but what they lack in clarity, they make up for it in personality. They're like that friend who maybe can't sing very well but makes up for it with pure enthusiasm. Their vocabulary might be smaller, but they're masters of expression and can learn to use words in perfect context. Quick story, my friend's cockatoo learned to say, "What are you doing?" but only uses it when someone's in the kitchen. Guess who's always hoping for a snack? Indian ring-necked parakeets deserve a special mention. These gorgeous birds are known for their incredibly clear speech, almost human-like. They can develop quite extensive vocabularies and are particularly good at mimicking different voices. I once knew one that could perfectly imitate both his male and female owners, which led to some pretty confusing conversations. Now here's a surprising one, Quaker parrots. These little green powerhouses are often overlooked in the talking bird world, but they're incredible mimics. They're like that quiet kid in class who suddenly turns out to be the funniest one there. They're known for their sweet, clear voices and can learn quite an impressive vocabulary. Plus, they're excellent at learning household sounds, though that might not be such a bonus when they perfect your phone's ringtone. Those magnificent rainbow giants of the parrot world. While they're not typically considered the best talkers, species like the blue and gold macaw and the scarlet macaw can develop decent vocabularies. Their words might be a bit gravelly, but they make up for it with their stunning looks. It's like having a supermodel who can also tell jokes. Even if the delivery isn't perfect, you're still impressed. Here's something a lot of people don't know. Hill minus, while not parrots at all, are exceptional talkers. These glossy black birds from Asia can mimic human speech with incredible clarity. They're like the secret agents of the talking bird world. They don't look like they should be able to talk, but boy, can they fool you. Now, let's address some common questions about teaching birds to talk. First off, contrary to what some might think, you don't need to split their tongue. Please never do this, it's a cruel myth. Birds learn through repetition and interaction. The best time to teach them is when they're young, but even older birds can learn new words. Here are some pro tips for teaching your feathered friend to talk. Start with simple words like hello and their name. Use these words consistently in context. For example, always say hello when you enter the room. Trust me, once they learn it, they'll never let you forget to say hello again. Speak clearly and enthusiastically. Birds are more likely to mimic sounds they find interesting. And yes, this might mean looking silly while having animated conversations with your bird. But hey, that's what being a bird parent is all about. Remember that some birds might learn quickly, while others might take their time. My first gray took 3 months to say his first word, but once he started, there was no stopping him. Now he orders his own treats on Amazon. Just kidding, but sometimes I wonder if he's trying to figure that out. Important note, while it's amazing to have a talking bird, please remember that this shouldn't be the only reason you get one. These are intelligent, emotional creatures that need lots of love, attention, and care. They're more like feathered toddlers than pets, and they need a lifetime commitment. Many of these species can live 50+ years. Also, keep in mind that not all birds within these species will talk. It's like human siblings, same family, different personalities. Some might prefer to whistle or make other sounds, and that's perfectly fine. Love them for who they are, not for what they can or can't say. Let's talk about some common things these brilliant birds might learn on their own. And trust me, these can be hilarious. Many birds pick up sounds from their environment. Microwave beeps, phone rings, alarm clocks, and even car alarms. I once knew an African gray who learned to perfectly imitate the smoke alarm during a dinner party. Talk about clearing a room. They also often learn phrases in context, which can lead to some pretty funny situations. My friend's Amazon learned time for bed from its owners and now announces bedtime promptly at 9 p.m., whether you're ready or not. It's like having a feathered parent who never lets you stay up late. Remember, these intelligent creatures require a huge commitment. They need proper nutrition, lots of attention, mental stimulation, and regular vet care. They can also be quite loud, something your neighbors might want to weigh in on. And yes, even the best trained talking bird will probably learn some words you didn't intend to teach them. Let's just say my mother wasn't thrilled when she heard what Professor Feathers learned from me during gaming sessions. If you're considering getting a feathered friend, remember to do plenty of research and maybe spend some time with different species first. And hey, if you end up with a talking bird, maybe they'll help you read out your comments on future videos. And remember, as my African gray likes to say at the end of every video, like and subscribe. Yes, he actually learned that. I might need to diversify my outro.